there, true believers, and welcome back to Mike Meeple's Painting Poorly Miniature Painting Tutorials for Marvel Zombies by CMON Games. Today we're taking a look at how to paint the genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, and zombie Iron Man. We'll be using mostly metallic paint on Mr. Stark, along with some fluorescent paint for a basic glow effect for the arc reactor. I'll be starting off by priming Iron Man utilizing a zenithal highlight, and if you're not familiar with that technique, make sure you take a look at my how-to video. Once that's all dry, it's time to start base coats. We'll be starting off with some gemstone by the army painter, and using that to paint the red portions of the armor. Make sure you also paint the two helmets on the base of the model. Next, take some Retributor armor by Citadel and paint the gold portions of the armor and helmets. If you're having a hard time determining what's supposed to be red and what's supposed to be gold, you can always reference some of the great pictures from the Kickstarter campaign. Then, take some dead flesh by Vallejo and paint Tony's skin. This includes his face, left shoulder, and right arm. Since we're working on the face right now, take some rose brown by Vallejo and paint the inside of his mouth. Next, take some German gray by Vallejo and paint the hair and goatee. After that, take some white by Vallejo and paint the center of the arc reactor, the repulsor on his left hand, and his sleeve. Then, take some plate mail metal by the army painter and paint the spine of the armor, along with the back of the knee. Moving on to the base, take some neutral gray by Vallejo and paint the rubble beneath Iron Man. And when that's dry, it's time for shades. We'll be starting off with Flesh Wash by the Army Painter, and we'll be applying that to the face, shoulder, and arm. Next, take some light tone by the army painter and apply some to the golden portions of the armor and the sleeve of his shirt. After that, take some red tone by the army painter and apply a thin layer to the red portions of the armor, being sure to avoid the gold. Finish off the shades with some Nuln Oil by Citadel and apply that to the plate mail metal portions of the model, along with the base. Once that's all dry, it's time for highlights and finishing touches. We'll be starting off by using our dead flesh to highlight the skin. For the face, focus on the nose, cheekbones, forehead, and the jawline by the ears. For the shoulder and arm, apply the highlight to the muscles and portions of the sculpt that bulge outward the most. Next, take some pale flesh from Vallejo's Game color line and paint a second highlight on the skin, making sure to paint a smaller area of where you previously painted. After that, take some metallic red from Vallejo's Mecha color line and paint a small highlight on some of the red portions of the armor, like the shoulder armor and the chest plate. For a second highlight, mix together equal parts metallic red and Retributor armor and apply just an edge highlight to those same pieces of red armor. You'll also want to mix together equal parts metallic red and silver by Vallejo and highlight the fingertips surrounding his repulsor. Next, take some Auric armor by Citadel and highlight the gold portions of the armor. Just enough to brighten up the gold on the thighs and maybe a little on his back. Then, take your neutral gray and apply some highlights to the goatee and hair. And after that, take your white and highlight the sleeve. To get the arc reactor's blue glow, mix together 1 part fluorescent blue by Vallejo and 10 parts Lamian medium by Citadel and apply that to the outside of the arc reactor and the repulsor. The more you apply this mix, the more intense the blue, so go over it as much as you like. You can also use some on the fingertips to create a subtle object source lighting. Next, use some white to very carefully dot in some eyes. And then we'll dry brush on some Sky Gray by Vallejo over the rubble. and I'm using some plate mail metal to apply some scratches and weathering to the armor, but that's totally optional. After that, we'll paint the rim of the base, and hit it with our matte spray. And just like the Hulk, we'll be using some Tamiya Clear Red to add some blood effects. And that's it! I want to give a big shout out to all of my patrons whose generous support helped me make quality content like this. And if you're interested in becoming a patron yourself, information on how to do so can be found in the description for this video, along with links to all of the supplies I used today, and a link to my blog, where you'll find more tutorials for games like Marvel Zombies. And if you like this video and would like to see more, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Excelsior!